inflation.
Right?
It's a big topic, but we're going to tackle it this morning with the experts. We hear that term inflation, but what does that mean? What does it mean in the long term? What does it mean for your right now? How does it affect your investments? Well, Eric Sapanik and Steve Rand of Scottsdale Bullion and Coin, they are here to help us out. I'm so excited because we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty of inflation. First off, I want to ask you, Steve, what is inflation and what causes it?
Well, inflation is the purchasing power of your money decreasing. So as they increase the money supply, it's going to devalue what your money buys you. And, you know, who doesn't go to the grocery store and see that what your $100 buys you at the grocery store, it takes $200 to buy it now compared to like 10 years ago.
And that could change week to week.
Sure.
People are like, you know, the cost of eggs, the cost of milk,
Absolutely.
it goes up constantly.
No
All right, so let's go here, Eric. You brought some examples. What did $20 get us, say in the early 70s?
Well, I brought my model, Steve Rand, here, and he's going to actually display for you today a three-piece gentleman's suit.
So for 20 bucks.
Right, for 20 bucks back then, you could get the shoes, you could get the suit, the vest, the tie, everything for a $20 gold piece, and that's what I brought today to display.
All right, so this $20 gold piece could in turn get you a three-piece suit. All right, so let's...
And the shoes.
And the shoes, okay, for 20
Absolutely.
bucks. So if you had either one, it's the same. So what about today? Let's flip it. What if I owned this gold piece today in 2017?
If you own that gold piece today, so it used to be the exchange back in 33 before we went off the standard. 20 bucks, $20 gold piece, they were interchangeable.
Okay.
But today, I brought a display here of $20 bills, and this is how many $20 bills it would take you to buy that one gold piece today.
And how much is that? How much are you fanning out there?
Around 1,200 bucks.
Okay, so if I own this, guess what? That's 1,200 bucks. Go ahead, give it to me in my pocket.
So if you exchange the coin back to me, that's what I would hand to you.
Wow. So this is what my gold piece is worth now. So let me ask you this: why do we go off the gold standard to begin with then?
Well, you know, at the time, it was a matter of trying to compete in the global economy, but it was supposed to be temporary when we went off it. This was never supposed to be a full-time thing, and really it's the global banking system that allows them to be able to be more irresponsible with our money is really what it comes down to.
Okay, so we talked about coins. Now let's make some examples of other things, compare it to other things that we were purchasing in the early 70s versus today.
Right, so look at the price of an average, you know, the average car in 1971 was $2,700. Which means it would have taken you 135 of these $20 gold pieces to buy the equivalent of that car. But if you fast forward to today and look and see how much it costs to buy a new car versus then, you're now at over $33,000 to buy that car, and you would think it would just take the same amount of gold, but it doesn't. It takes a lot less. Because if you exchange that right now for the same value of that right now, you'd be getting 135 gold pieces that it took to buy that car in 1971. That would equate to $157,000 plus.
Look at the difference.
That's why you need gold as a way to be able to compensate for that constant cost of living increase.
So you remember back in the day, and we talk about this all the time, this was common to see in our fathers and on our grandfathers' pockets.
It was money.
We're not seeing gold anymore. We're not seeing it passed down.
No.
We're not even seeing people investing in gold anymore. Okay, so what's the real cost of living, Eric?
Well, the real cost of living today, it's a hard number to find because we don't average any longer for quite some time now the cost of food and energy. So gasoline costs, the cost of your grocery bills, those are not calculated in today's true rate of inflation. But for families that are, you know, putting food on the table and providing energy to the home, they know that that really truly is the real cost of inflation. So when you hear these numbers, you might hear, you know, it's 2% a quarter or something of that nature. It's not the true number. It's actually quite a bit higher.
All right, so the bottom line is gold equals greenbacks. Bottom line.
And a lot more of them.
A lot more of them. Okay, let's give you a special offer. Thank you, gentlemen. Great information. Scottsdale Bullion and Coin has a special offer for all of you this morning. The first 15 callers, you are going to receive a free guide. They are located at 14500 North Site Boulevard, Suite 204. Give them a call, 480-459-5597, or go to their website, sbcgold.com.